think of that, Stampeder fans, as well as CFL fans? Hi there, it's Brett Hornby here, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. And now that we finally know that we will have football for the 2021 CFL season, well, one thing that has kind of gotten lost in the shuffle, that it's been a year late for obvious reasons. The Calgary Stampeders are going to be celebrating their 75th anniversary season, their diamond anniversary, as this team started off in 1945. But the Calgary Stampeders the other day, as I already shared in those pictures, have unveiled what they're going to wear. Based on the story that I'll touch upon, and I'll put it in the link in the description below, they're going to be wearing that at home. Not sure if they're going to wear a road version of that, but I'm going to dare say, just like the Calgary Flames and Burger King, I think we should go full retro with those. I would say those definitely look like sweet, sweet jerseys. For a nice throwback to the first red jerseys, going all the way back to 1948, where the Calgary Stampeders won not only their first Grey Cup, but they're the only team in CFL history to do so with a perfect record. And, that actually was the first year that I understand that the Calgary Stampeders actually started wearing red and white. I mean, I have a retro jersey right here that actually my grandmother gave to me from her garage. It's not quite the same, but it looks like the classic Stampeders red and white. This is 77. It's got to be a 1970s era. 77, I know that's affiliated with John Helton, and there's no logo on here. Doesn't have the stripes that you see on the shoulder, what the team originally wore, and there's no name on the back. But they will have this logo on the shoulder patch of those jerseys based on those pictures. But I'm going to say those jerseys, man, they look sweet. And I'm going to say black sometimes brings in the extra texture and attitude. I think it's time to drop the black. I think that was a trend in the 1990s, as we see. Teams had a black alternate jersey. Also go back to colors, but the Calgary Stampeders were known as the red and white. So I'll bring up the story to talking about these jerseys, and I actually think beyond this season, we should keep them. So this story talks about red and white unveil Stampeders 75 jersey on the Stampeders.com website. To celebrate the 75 years of Stampeders football, the Calgary Stampeders are proud to release a special edition retro jersey. I have not ordered it yet. I mean, still, I have to work with budget and finances, that I still need to get a modern Calgary Flames retro red jersey. But as I say, this jerseys are the modern update from the ones worn on the Stamps started in 1948 to 1952, a stretch which included the only undefeated season CFL history, recapped by Calgary's first Grey Cup championship in 1948. And then the retro look focuses on the red and white vertical striping on the shoulders and the team's retro logo. This guy right here, from 1945 to 1971 on both sleeves, and a classic number font, which is that block number that you kind of saw in that John Helton jersey that my grandmother gave me from the garage. It's too small for me to put it on for this video, but at least I have this logo. Driving force behind the jersey was by veteran Stampeders equipment manager George Hopkins, who's been with the team since 1972. I know he's definitely inducted as a builder, but it all talks about that celebration of the 75th season, that including the 1948 championship. Those iconic jerseys were made the Stampeders red and white. Legendary players like Keith Spaeth, Normie Kwong, and Sugarfoot Anderson wore those way back in the day. Long predated me, but it's just acknowledged the days from those where the jerseys began. All replica Stampeder jerseys are now available. You go in the CGYteamstore.ca or the stamp store at McMahon Stadium. So if you want to grab one yourself, I know that in the story that they showed our quarterback, Bo Levi Mitchell, sporting them, and I say they look sharp, look beautiful. I think we should consider going to full retro with those. Just have the red and white, nice clean look. You gotta wonder, because they only announced that at the end of the story, that they will be worn for 6 teams' home games. I'm going to assume that the one game they won't be wearing those will be on Labor Day. Usually we'll wear our black outlaw jerseys, but it doesn't say anything about the road, because I think we should consider going full retro and have the white version of that on the road. But that's just my personal opinion. But I think that's just kind of the style in sports fashion right now. Black was introduced in everything in the 1990s. Now we're seeing to move away from that. I mean, the Stampeders have always had great jerseys, but when I saw that unveiled, it's like, we should consider keeping that, making our full-time jerseys permanently after this 75th anniversary season. But what do you think of the new look for the Calgary Stampeders? Are they just going to wear it at home? It sounds like they're only going to wear this at home. Or are they going to still wear the white jerseys that we've worn the last couple of years with the red numerals on the road? I mean, that's what the story makes it sound like. I mean, it's kind of like with the Calgary Flames. They eventually started wearing their retro reds at home more often, and then still wore their whites that they had with the Adidas Reebok style till this past season when they went full retro, and then they brought in the reverse retro with Blasty back, and so occasionally wear the black flame and see. But based on what I'm reading that story, we're going to be wearing that at home. I'm not too sure what they're going to do for the road and for their black jerseys on Labor Day, but I actually would like to see the Stampeders go back to the original black jerseys that they wore starting in 1994 first, worn on Labor Day. I know it almost looks close to what the Ottawa Red Blacks wear currently, but the red and the number fonts look different enough. But I think eventually I will have to get myself one of those once I find some money in my budget. As well, I still need to get myself a retro red updated Calgary Flames jersey, but those jerseys are sweet. Definitely, I haven't heard anything yet about what helmets they're going to wear. They're still going to wear the same red helmets with this logo, or maybe for the sake of this season, would they wear those helmets with that 75th anniversary logo, which I think I heard that was the original plan for last season until, what happened? Are they going to wear helmets with these on the decal? Or will they dare, and I'm in the minority, on the road jerseys, I like that alternate logo with that horseshoe and that snorting horse head. The Calgary Stampeders wore that for one game, and I don't think they're going to dare see that at the end of the era again. 2003 Labor Day rematch, anyone? That we got shut out in that game, and Edmonton purposely took a worse field possession. I remember late in that game, they purposely did not concede, a single and take worse field position just so that Calgary didn't get a point. That's how bad they played that game with those helmets. But I just say, Stampeder fan, CFL fans, what do you think of the 75th anniversary jerseys that we're going to wear at least at home for 6 of the 7 games in this 14-game season? I'm just looking forward to being back and celebrate the 75th anniversary season. But those jerseys, I think we should consider making those full retro as well for the Calgary Stampeders. So anyways, like I say, if you want to follow along with this Calgary sports fans journey, home of Flames, Hitmen, Roughnecks, and Stampeders, new, retro, current, modern. I mostly do talk Calgary sports on my YouTube channel, but I also do a variety of non-sports content, like say personal blogs, attempt to comedy, and also do share experience some on the road or a sporting event. And I've been doing some more vlogging to go. So if that all sounds like it'd be interesting to watch, to follow along with this Calgary sports fans journey, you know what you do, just make sure you hit like and subscribe. I also have my other social media links down in the description below. So I'm going to say, go Stamps go, and those 75th anniversary jerseys are looking sweet with the classic red and white. That's what we're known for. So I'm going to say, go Stamps go, and I'll see you in the next video.